And if I have to kill you, it's
For
not.
the proclamation of
Now,
martial law.
tarantado po lang.
For
There
the
is
Senate
no
of
first place
Congress.
na
There has
really
to
elected
be,
this
no,
president.
With just 4 years in governance, the words we use to describe Rodrigo Duterte have been far too similar to how we talk about former dictator Ferdinand Marcos' regime. The parallelism is becoming more and more conspicuous. From 1972 to 1986, 5,040 were illegally detained or arrested. 1,217 were salvaged. 892 were massacred. And 352 disappeared. From 1975 to 1985, the military allegedly killed 3,257 people. Duterte's war on drugs continues to terrorize the country, with a death toll of at least 27,000. But only 5,810 deaths are recognized by the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. Uncanny resemblances continue to manifest. When Marcos issued the Letter of Instruction number 1A, he accused some networks, including ABS-CBN, of being involved in subversive activities against the government. ABS-CBN had been forced to shut down for the first time. Under Duterte, the country's largest broadcast network, ABS-CBN, was again forced off the air after the Congress denied its franchise renewal. Prior to this, Duterte had accused the network of being biased. Maria Ressa, a journalist known for critical coverage of Duterte, was convicted of cyber libel along with the former researcher-writer Ray Santos Jr. for an article published in 2012. Both relentless in hiding thousands of deaths with infrastructures and landmarks for the sake of illusory success and development. Imelda Marcos' obsession with culture and the arts drove the then dictator to file Executive Order 30 to build the cultural center of the Philippines. Recently, President Duterte allotted 389 million pesos to build the Manila Bay White Sand Project. A small portion of Manila Bay, which was artificially sprawled with crushed dolomite, typically used in glass and brick production, was temporarily opened to the public on September 20, 2020. Perhaps people might think that these infrastructures and beautification projects are synonymous to genuine success and development, when in fact, all these projects were made in debt, which all of us will have to pay eventually, and for a long time. Philippine debt is almost past 10 trillion pesos. But they're not alone. The government forces were given abusive power under martial law as they were granted more artillery and more funding. 4 billion pesos in 1976 from 880 million pesos in 1972. Just recently, the Congress approved an additional budget of 2.093 billion pesos for the military and 1.73 billion pesos for the police.
I will not hesitate. My orders are sa police pati military. Shoot them dead.
The past has found its way to the present. Ferdinand Marcos was a dictator. What does that make Duterte then?